I feel like we can't really talk about housing instability without acknowledging that $600 million
Mm,
was basically taken from residents
mhm,
because of overassessment of their
mhm,
homes, which led to a
mhm,
lot of evictions and foreclosures and a turning over of property to the land bank.
mhm,
When I tell you every week people come down to city council and continue to complain about this and ask
mhm.
when the city is going to repay them, I mean, it's true. Every single week, there are people who are still hammering this, but it feels like we're kind of stuck in a situation where the current administration, uh, I mean, just frankly doesn't believe that it's legal to
Mhm,
create any kind of program to
mhm,
pay people back for that. There's also been some steps taken to try to fix the assessment issue, although there's researchers who suggest that that is still happening, that the lowest value homes are still being over assessed and being taxed more than they really should. So, what do you think about? I mean, is there any opportunity to get people their money back that was taken from them? And how do we fix this situation?
Well, one of the things we have to do is ensure that we have a system uh, that is treating people with equity. The best way we can address a situation is we admit the place that we're in. We have to confront the fact that we're in a strange time. The federal administration has changed, Lansing has changed. And so a whole lot of municipalities are in a waiting season to see how much equity and resources they're really going to be working with. One of the things my administration will not do is speak fantasy
Mm.
and false narratives to our people, but be honest and tell people the truth. We have to make sure that we're looking up under the hood to see actually what has been done, what hasn't been done, and ways that we can find innovative ways in order to make sure that people are on a path to recoup the losses that they have experienced. That's why an administration like the Kinloch administration will ensure that every time you have a person like me sitting at the table, they will know that they're not an afterthought, that they're the first thought, that they're the highest concerned, uh, and that they're taken into consideration in any agenda.
Mhm. I appreciate you saying that you don't want to make promises that you may not be able to keep.
Mhm,
I'm not hearing though that you would
mhm.
be able to repay people for that $600 million. Is that something maybe you
We
could work
we we
with the
we
people?
don't we don't know how much we don't know how much money is going to be clawed back. We have to admit and be fiscally honest that you really don't know what you're going to be working with. I mean, we got so many infrastructure dollars uh, with Biden on the way out the door. We got to make sure that those dollars continue to come through. There's so much work to be done. Would we explore it? Where we explore ways that we can make people whole with the resources that we believe are still being left on the table. Absolutely. But one of the things we want to make sure that we do is make sure that there's continuity of services. We don't want, while Duggan is on his way out the door, for us not to be able to continue to provide the basic services that every citizen of Detroit deserves. We still want the lights to be on. We still want 911 calls to be answered. We still want the trash to be picked up. And we still want people to feel safe in their communities. And so, as opportunities unveil themselves, will that be a part of our agenda to find ways to put our people in a whole and healthy place financially, economically, because of the financial and fiscal devastation that's been wrought on them? Definitely, that would be something that would be a part of our agenda.
I hear some of the concern about the financial resources that would be available to you as mayor. We've talked on this show about how whoever is going to sit in that seat is going to have less discretionary spending. ARPA funds from the federal government are going to be expired at that point,
Mhm.
fully spent. Um, so, what is your relationship with Lansing like? I imagine it would be very important to have strong relationships with both chambers and whoever the next governor is going to be as well to bring resources to Detroit, assuming that we can't rely on that money from the Trump administration at the federal level.
I'm always, interested when we ask those particular questions. And I said to someone recently that was asking about the churches and the minister's role in the political arena on multiple levels. Those relationships already exist. During the first Biden campaign, When we were going through COVID, uh, uh, Vice President Harris, as a candidate, was in our church with nobody in the room,
Mhm.
because those are pre-existing relationships and people knew where the influence was. We sat down and talked to congressional leaders in those conversations, the governor, the lieutenant governor, the mayor, all sat in our pulpit having interviews and conversation because those relationships already exist. They know where the influence is in our community. And what we will continue to do is leverage those influences to continue to do what we've always done, is lobby for our people in order that they may have access and they may have the ability to tap into those resources.